Hello, everyone. Hey, this is Karen Fettis, Superstar Director of the Scent Warriors Group. And today I'm excited to talk to you about recruiting, building your dream team list, and how to follow up with them and keep the conversation going over time. So let's go ahead and jump to it, shall we? So let's dig into a little bit about recruiting. First of all, personally, I don't love the word recruiting itself. I love to have people join my team. I love to encourage people to join me. I love to sponsor new people. I love to help them become successful by doing what I do. I love to share what I'm doing and tell them how they can do it too. But the word recruiting itself often scares people off. But for the sake of this training and the challenge that goes with it, the word recruiting may slip in there, here and there. So just know that it's not my first choice if you're actually having conversations with people. So first, I'm going to drop some truth bombs on you because there's some reality here that you need to know and you need to understand before we can have a lot of success with building a team. First of all, it's never too early to start growing your team. Okay, it's never too early to start growing your team. This business is so much more fun when you do it with someone you know and you like, and you can grow together. There are so many when I joined, there were not nearly the resources that there are now, not just on the team level or the group level, but at the corporate level as well. There's a fantastic training center. We have the first things first. We have so many videos that a new consultant gets from corporate. And there are just resources left and right and everywhere to help you not only be a good sponsor, even if you're a new team member, but to help them have success as well. So know that it's never too early to grow your team. Also, number two, it's not your job to judge whether someone would be good at this or not. It is not for you to prejudge. Offer it and let them make a decision themselves. It's not up to you to make a decision whether it's right for them or not. That's on them. So number three, yes, sometimes I think we have this perspective or mindset about what successful recruiting looks like, or what really happens in recruiting, or how quickly you can promote. So I want to debunk that a little bit. Yes, there are people that recruit 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, and even 20 people in a month. If you think that you can only recruit one person a month, or one person every 3 months, or one person every 6 months, I want you to change your mindset on that. It is not unheard of or even unexpected in hypergrowth like we're going through now to go from essential to director in just a few short number of months. Okay, so if you are setting the goal to promote, say, one level, say you're planning to promote from certified to lead between now and the end of December, or lead to star, I want to tell you, girlfriend, boyfriend, I want to tell you that that's fine if that's truly what you want. But if you want more, set the bar higher, because it's definitely within your reach. Okay. Number five, I want you to know that you do have to grow a team to have long-term success in this business. There's a limit to how much you can sell. And when you grow a team, that's where you're going to have long-term sustainable and longevity in this business. Number six, not every team member that joins you is going to do anything with this business, and that's okay. All right? That's okay. That's why you keep recruiting. That's why you keep adding new team members. People join for different reasons. They leave for different reasons, whatever the case may be. They may not all have your motivation or your desires. That's okay. You just keep recruiting. Next, you're not their boss. Okay, you're there to mentor them and guide them, but you are not their boss. You can pull them to water, but you can't make them drink. Next, I'm trying to figure out how to say this nicely. When you ask someone, and you should be asking or sharing, let's say you should be sharing, if they say no, it is not a personal attack on you. It is not a sign of personal failure. It is just life, and you just keep moving on. Years ago, Sarah Speechley used an example at a breakout on, that I was sitting next to her on a panel breakout on recruiting, and she said, it's like McDonald's. You go through the drive-thru and they ask you if you want to biggie size your order. And some do, some don't. But if you don't ask, then, you know, some people don't. Nobody gets upset when you say, no, I don't want to biggie size my order. They just ask the next person. And that's how this business should be too. So don't get butthurt, don't get upset when they say no. It's okay. And sometimes no isn't no always. Sometimes no is no for now. Okay. Number 9, if you aren't expanding your social circle and building relationships, you're not going to grow wide enough. You always have to keep expanding. Okay, and we talked about that a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago, on my expand your circle. Okay, exercise. Number 10, you're the only thing that's holding you back from growing a successful team. It really is in your head. You can build a team. You can be a great sponsor. People will say yes, okay, if you make it about them and not about you. So change your mindset and spring into action. And number 11, attraction marketing, sharing what you do, why and how you do it, why you love it, is quite honestly your best marketing tool. That's not even asking people. People are drawn to you. Your enthusiasm about this business is contagious. When you're sharing the things that go well and the things that you're enjoying and the things that you're part of, and they see your success, they want to be part of it. It's contagious. They'll come to you. They'll ask. That's attraction marketing. They want some of what you have. So make sure you're sharing those things on social media. That goes so much further than asking someone. All right, now that we've gotten some of that out, I know, let's talk about some behaviors that are critical to building a team and identifying where to start. So let's go back to the list of 100 and the circle activity that I had you do, expand your circle. You're gonna need to keep expanding on those and working on that list of 100 all the time. No matter how big you are in the business, it's your lifeline. And you should be working on it all the time. You should always be adding to it, whether it's not daily, it should be weekly, and you should definitely have a time scheduled monthly where you just take a few minutes and you work on that list, okay? Because you will find that you have interacted with and met a number of people throughout the month that can be added to that list. So pull it out and let's take a look at it. Okay, so let me give you a second to pull out that list of 100. Okay, go ahead and pause if you need to. Okay, so if you need more time, pause, but we're gonna go ahead and jump back into it. You've got your list of 100. What I want you to do is I want you to identify on that list of 100 who your top 30 dream teamers are. Your top 30 dream team. Okay, so what's a dream teamer? Someone on your dream team is someone you'd love to work with. And it could be for any of a number of different reasons. Perhaps it's someone you just really like and want to spend more time with. Maybe it's someone that has a great personality. Maybe it's someone that knows everyone and is super connected. Maybe it's someone that hosts great parties. Maybe it's someone you want to go on vacations with. Maybe someone who has a lot of success in business and life. Maybe it's someone you admire. It could be anyone. Star next to their name. Go ahead and pause, and I want you to star the 30, at least 30 on your list who would be on your dream team. And if you don't have 30 on your list, then we need to work on expanding that list some. And I'm gonna give you some ideas on that. So I'm gonna give you a second, but I want you to pause now, and I want you to come back when you're done. Put a star by the names of 30 people on your list of 100, which probably is more like a list of 200. Statistically speaking, we know a lot more than 100 people. And come back when you're done and we'll move on. All right, so pause again if you need a little more time, but we're gonna keep going. Once you have got your dream team identified, it's time to add more to that list. So, but later I want you to go back and I want you to take that list and I want you to put those 30 and then the other names we're gonna come up with on a new list, right? So I want you to have that as a freestanding list. Does that make sense? So it's gonna be your dream team list, or you can call it whatever you want. Some people call it a hit list. Some people call it, there's lots of names out there. It doesn't matter. I like dream team because, you know, if I'm building a dream, right? And I'm building a legacy, and these are people that I want on my team. So, but you call it what you want. So you got those 30. So you're going to put them on a separate piece of paper later. So you can list that somewhere where you're always looking at it and always thinking about those people. Now, who else should be on that list? Let's talk about that. There are a lot of different people that should be on your list. Let's kind of break them down by categories, okay? Some would be people that already are active in your business. They're going to be your best host, your best customers, and those that are naturally giving referrals to you, okay? I don't want you to be afraid to put people on that list who are your best customers and hosts. I don't want you to be afraid to flip those hosts and have them join instead. I know sometimes people are afraid long-term they're going to lose sales. The long-term benefit of a team member who knows many more people, who know many more people, who know many more people is much better than having them just as a customer. So I want you to pause right now and I want you to add those people to your list. Who are your best hosts, your best customers, and those who are naturally giving referrals to you. Go ahead and pause. Okay, so if you need more time, pause it again and keep going, but it's time to dig a little deeper on the list. What about your chicken list? So what's a chicken list, you're gonna ask? Your chicken list is the people you're afraid of asking for whatever reason. If you're afraid to ask them about your business or to join your business, they probably would be a fantastic addition to your business, okay? And if that's the case, if you don't ask them, someone else is going to. So you've got to muster the courage wherever it comes from. I promise you, you are not going to die if they say no, but you need to talk to the people on your chicken list. So now I want you to add your chicken list to your dream team. And yeah, I'm really serious. I know you don't want to do it, but you need to do that. So hit pause and do that and come back when you're done. Okay, so now you've got your top 30, you've got your best customers and hosts, you've got your chicken list, and now I want you to think about anyone else you know or know of that you think should be on that list that would be fantastic at this business. And I know you know a lot of people, a lot more people than you think. Don't discriminate on this list, and by that I mean don't be judgmental. Go ahead and add them to the list if their name comes into your head. And it's up to you what happens. It's up to them what happens long term. But don't say, I don't know if I should add her to that list. The more the merrier. There's plenty of room on this list. There's room at the table for everyone. So add them to the list. So pause and add anyone else to this list. All right. So now let's talk about how to follow up with them. Okay. So you've got your list. How are we going to follow up with them? Well, there are a lot of different ways and a lot of different ideas out there. And we can't get to them all in this training, but the reality is you have to plant seeds, you have to water the seeds, and you have to watch them grow. It's not a single conversation, unless sometimes it is when they're very, very interested, and that's fantastic. Take it and run with it. But if it's not a single conversation, then those are seeds you planted, and you have to keep watering them. And sometimes it takes a while, but they will bloom into a beautiful garden. I've had people join up to 5 years later after I met them at an event. And I just kept sharing with them over time, sending them, monthly mailings, different things. Different people join for different reasons. And they come back and they join. So don't ever think that a seed is not dead just because you haven't seen the sprout yet. So now, I want to give you just a little tidbit, shall we say. If you have to push someone to join, they're never going to do anything with this business. So I don't want you to push anyone to join, okay? I don't want you to arm twist them. Before we dig into this a little more, I don't want you to ever pull someone in to convince them to join, because if you do, they're never going to do anything with this business. And you're going to invest a lot of time and energy in them, and you're going to be frustrated in the long run because they didn't do anything with it. Because really, they joined because you pressured them and not because they wanted to. So, okay. So what should we do? Well, another thing that we should do is every single party you close should have a recruit attached to it. So here's one way you're going to follow up with those hosts and those best customers. If a host doesn't want to join, then offer the host exclusive kit to party guests. If none of them want it, then you can offer it to someone else in your on your list. Now, when I say offer it to someone else on your list, I didn't say randomly post on Facebook and hope that someone sees it and comments that they want it. That is passive marketing. A Facebook post is making an assumption that someone will see it who might want to act on it. You need to have personal, direct communication. And when I say that, I really do mean personal. People know when you're sending them a bulk message that they can read it in the wording and they're not going to respond. So when you look at your dream team list, you should have at least 2 reasons why you think each of them would be great at your business. And you shouldn't keep those reasons to yourself. If you know someone would be great at this and you think they'd be fantastic, you should be telling them, okay? Not pressuring them or prodding them to join, but you should be telling them, hey, Jen, I've been really thinking, I don't know where you stand on this, but I wanted you to know, I think you'd be so great at this, and here's why. Just keep it in the back of your head. All right. You should be leading also with the opportunity and ending with the sale. So I want you to change your mindset. I know sometimes we think buy, host, join. No, it's join, host, buy. And I want you to reprogram your brain. Join, host, buy. Okay. If they aren't interested in any of them, which is okay, sometimes they might not be interested in any of them, then who do they know that might be? Maybe you'd like to pick their brain on the business and ask them for some ideas and referrals. Often we prejudge who this business is right for, and I mentioned that above. Just because it's not right for them now also doesn't mean it's not right for them ever. My friend and downline superstar director, Rachel Field, talks about how she teases them that she's just going to keep asking them until they say yes. Now, she doesn't do it in a pushy or pressure way. And if they were, really pulled back, she certainly wouldn't. But she just kind of jokes and says, I still think you'd be great at this, and I'm going to ask you again. And she kind of laughs about it, and they laugh about it. And then a couple months later, she asks them again. She is a fantastic recruiter. She's recruited hundreds of people. Okay, so it works. She's not pushy, but if she thinks it's right, she keeps offering it to them. And she tells them why they'd be right. They'd be great at it. That's important. She builds them up. This is why you'd be great at it. I'll keep taking your money, that's fine, but I'm going to keep telling you why I think you should do this. And most of them join. For those hosts and best customers, do you follow up and remind them how much they've spent with you? Or if they joined, how much their commission would have been? And of course, they still would have had the same host rewards. Do you follow up and let them know that? Because that's eye-opening sometimes too. And a few other ideas on how to get a conversation going and to add to that list, because you need to keep increasing that dream team list, right? So I want to give you some ideas that are a little non-traditional. Most of them are actually from this book, which I love so much. And it's Get Over Your Damn Self by Rami Neustadt. And it's a fantastic book. It's about how to build a life-changing business. And she digs into recruiting pretty deeply. So team building, recruiting, sharing the opportunity, whatever you want to call it. So a couple other ideas that she shares on how to get the conversation going and how to add to that list. So when you're having a conversation, when you meet someone, I just, and I do this and it works, I ask them if they're local. If they aren't, let them know you're expanding in that area and you would love to pick their brain about it. Get their contact information and follow up with them in a couple of days. You didn't say I want you to join. You didn't say I want you to refer people to me to join, but that's the reality of it, right? You want to pick their brain about it. Pick your brain. That people think it's an opportunity for them to add value. They're experts in the area, right? So they can share. When you meet someone that isn't interested now, still make sure you get their contact information. Say you're traveling, say you're on an airplane, say a person sitting next to you is a nurse, and you guys make conversation, you share what you do, it comes up eventually, and they're not interested. They tell you how busy their life is or whatever. Still get their information, because there's ways that you can add value and build relationships. And that's what this business is about. It's about building relationships. So, and then you're gonna share resources and add value to their life. So when you find something you think would be of value to them, you're gonna email it to them or Facebook message it to them or text it to them or whatever. Debbie Pitts-Palmer is fantastic about connecting with people on social media right away. When she meets someone, she hands them her phone and says, here, find yourself on Facebook and send me a friend request. And then they're connected immediately. So when you meet someone, always be thinking, always have your ears out. When you meet someone, say you're on vacation, say you're at the pool, strike up a conversation with someone next to you, like happens all the time. If maybe they mention that they don't get to vacation enough, or their kids are starting, school and it's a virtual situation, they wish they could be home with them, but they work, whatever the case may be. An easy open to what we do would be, hey, maybe you should take a look at what I do. You could build a side business that would allow you to create a vacation fund. It's a no pressure approach. You're saying, hey, maybe you should take a look at this. And you're going to get their information, you're going to share it with them later, but you're not pressuring, you're not pushing, that kind of thing. Those are some ways to start conversations. And what are some other reasons? You've got your dream list. So how else are you going to reach back to them? Well, I like to reach back when we have a new product launch, something they might be interested in. When something has changed in my business that I think might be they might be interested in. When there's a corporate event in their city, like a world tour. When I can have an opportunity to be a go-giver. And so the Bob Berg Go-Giver book I love that book. We had Bob speak at leadership years ago. Bob is a connector, and he kind of offers a referral business, so to speak, where he's always sharing things with people that will be of value to them. So anytime I have something that could be of value and not Scentsy related, I would reach out to them. Anytime we have information or change in the business opportunity, like a program, like oh, you get the Shooting Star Kit this month, or oh, we have a $20 join special, whatever the case, that would be a chance to reach out to someone on this list. Anytime you notice they have a life change, just a few examples would be they're pregnant, they have a new baby, their kids are starting school, they've lost their job, whatever the case may be. Anytime you think Scentsy would be a blessing to them, that's a good chance to touch back with them. Okay, and when someone like them succeeds, so say they're a teacher, and they want to quit their job teaching, and you have a new director who's a teacher. Maybe you say, I was thinking about you. I've got someone on my team who just promoted to director, and they're a teacher, and it made me think about you. Want to check in with you and see how you're going. Da, 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 da. All right. So those are some ideas on how to follow up on recruiting. Now, what's your challenge? I want you to finish that dream team list, and it should have all the categories in it. And then I want you to reach out to 3 people on that list in the next 24 hours and tell them why you think they'd be great at this business. That's it. That easy. All right.